Hey everybody. So I'm sorry it's kind of quiet right now, but it is pretty late at night. Um, Doing an update because tomorrow is the big day. I meant to post more videos kind of leading up to this moment, but I just haven't. So tomorrow morning we are driving Micah down to Nashville to take his ASD diagnostic testing. So I believe they're doing the full spectrum test. They're doing a psychiatric evaluation, I believe, and then some third test, but I have no idea what the test is supposed to be. So I am very excited. I'm also very nervous, but to be honest, I don't know if I'm more nervous that he will get a diagnosis or if I'm more nervous that he will not get a diagnosis. So I don't know. There's a lot kind of riding on the decision that is made tomorrow. I was having a conversation on Facebook with a friend, and we were just kind of talking about our sons. Her son also has autism. Well, when I say also, her son has autism. I don't know whether or not that is the case with Micah, but very similar situations. Both of them tend to get a little destructive in class. Well, both of them tend to get destructive. Micah, I guess he gets really anxious and he will run away from his teachers. He will hide under desks. He destroys his classroom. He screams. He cries. He kicks. He hits. He'll push. Which he's not a violent child, like, at all. He's really sweet. Most people that know him, they always compliment him about how sweet he is and he has such good manners. But unfortunately, he just gets into these places where it's like he's a completely different child. I think the last time I had to go pick him up, today is Thursday, so I guess Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday because I actually had started to record a video that day, but I had to go pick him up. He apparently had screamed for almost 2.5 hours. I don't even know at this point what else I really could have done. Another issue is Micah has been, and I'm actually embarrassed to bring this up, but he's been stealing. I don't know why. It's not even anything new. And he has stolen in the past, and I corrected him on this. Like I said, I've been studying and I've been watching videos, trying to be a better parent of a child with Asperger's or high functioning autism, just trying to get a better idea of what is going on in my child's mind or in his head or however you want to look at it. And basically they explain, don't get mad at your child, just explain to them that it's wrong, and try not to tell them that they are bad, just tell them that stealing is wrong and stealing is bad and all the other things. So I did that. I had talked to Micah about the stealing thing. He's like, okay. Then the very next day, I'll tell you, this was like, I think, caught him on Monday. Amanda and I had found a bunch of stuff under his bed. No, it was Wednesday, yes. Found a bunch of stuff under Micah's bed. This was last week. And the next day, I meant to take that stuff back up to the school. I put it in my purse, and I was going to give it back to the school because I had a meeting with his, the behavioral specialist, his principal, and his teacher. I get there, I left my bag in the car, so I had forgotten all about the stuff. It was just like some dice, and just some really not even, large items, but still, he stole it, so I was upset. Not even 10 minutes after I left, I got a phone call that I had to go back up to the school because he got caught stealing some little dinosaurs. And if you guys know, Micah is obsessed with dinosaurs. So he stole these dinosaurs. Again, just left the behavioral meeting. It takes me 5 minutes to get home. So I'd been home in about 2 minutes, got the phone call, had to run back up to the school. I was livid. I'm not going to lie to you. I was ready to tear his ass up. I did not, though. I did not, because I was counting down until tomorrow when we take him to do this test. So naturally he got in trouble. When the art teacher, because that's where he stole it from, his art class, asked him, he lied. He said, I don't have them, or, in his own way that he says things. And so the art teacher warned his teacher found them. That led to a meltdown. He got caught. They took the dinosaurs away from him. That led into this big meltdown thing. So he's kicking, he's screaming, he's, I think about 40, no, I guess at that point, I don't know exactly how long he'd been screaming for, but anyway, so I went back up there, like I said, hadn't even been home that long. So I guess this happened during art while I was at the school, because they said he'd been screaming for like 45 minutes, but they called me like 10 minutes after I had left. So I don't know if they just didn't know I was there or what happened, but anyway, so then I was mad, because first I already talked about stealing. Next day he gets caught stealing. The next day, this is now Friday, he apparently went into the SLE teacher's desk and took some candy out of her desk. Y'all, this child is working my nerves. So when I asked him why he took the candy from her desk, he says, well, I just don't ever get any. I just didn't ever get any. I'm like, Micah, you're not going to get any as long as you're stealing. You don't get stuff like that when you steal. I don't know. So anyways, fast forward. This week was pretty standard. Fits, I go up to the school. I talked to him on the phone, trying to, one day, I think it was Wednesday, again, I had to, I guess it was Monday. No, yeah, Monday. Monday, we went on a field trip. Monday was a nice morning. I went with him on this field trip because last year, Micah was not allowed to go on any field trips because the school deemed him unsafe. So this year, I volunteered so that I could go with him to make sure that he was able to enjoy going on these field trips. And it was great. He was such a good boy. He was hugging me and he was smiling. He was actually one of the better behaved kids, and it could be because I was there. I get home from the field trip, and again, not even 10 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. Not even 10 minutes after I get home, I get a phone call that I have to go back up to the school for this child. I don't even know what I was supposed to do. So I go back up there. This time he was crying because I think he had asked for help, and the teacher told him she will help him in a minute. And for whatever reason, that just led into a meltdown. So he basically was destroying the room and kicking and crying. They had to drag him out of the room to take him to the little happy room, as they call it. It's just really just an empty room where they just monitor the child. It reminds me, like I used to work at a psych hospital. It looks like the little room in the psych hospital, just a plain brick room. Anyways, so I went there, had to help him calm down, find out what was wrong, walk him all the way across the school to the SLE classroom. I sat with him that day. Tuesday, I can't remember what happened Tuesday, but I know I got some phone calls Tuesday. Wednesday, I had to go get him again, pick him up from school, And I was mad because I started making this, that's the day I started making my video, because I had discovered how to make, I love sushi. I discovered how to make a keto version of it without the rice and all that stuff. So I think I had taken like one bite out of this food, and I get a phone call at 3 o'clock to come pick my child up. So I put my food away. At this point, I really wasn't even that mad that I had to go pick him up. I was really just mad because I couldn't sit down and eat my food. Y'all may know I do intermittent fasting, which means I only get to eat, or let me not say that. I only eat during a certain period of time. And I had been waiting all day to eat this food. So that was my period. My stomach knows that it was time to eat. So I was not happy to put the food in the fridge and have to drive up to the school. So I go pick him up. That was the day that he had been screaming for 2.5 hours. So yeah, by the time I went to go get him, apparently he'd already calmed himself down. I'm like, all right, I appreciate the school not immediately calling me like they normally do, but I do feel like 2.5 hours is a little excessive for them to allow him to scream. But I have mixed feelings about that because I'm not gonna lie, it was a nice day. I didn't get any phone calls. I talked to the principal, and really she was just like, well, we thought we would give you a break. So I was like, I appreciate that. I appreciate getting a break and not have to continue to run up to the school every single day or answer the phone every single day because my child is throwing a tantrum or having a meltdown or fit or whatever. So today was actually not a bad day, knock on wood. Today was okay. He even had minimal fits at home. He actually cleaned his room today. So I don't know if he just tired himself out or what. He asked me if he could go to his special place. His special place is his therapy, as he calls it, or his new place is what he calls it. So I didn't take him. His appointment's not till next week. But tomorrow is the defining day where we decide what we're doing next. So like I said, I meant to do more frequent updates instead of just one long update about what's been going on with Micah. So I am going to attempt to start doing more of these vlogs where I talk about what it is that we are doing as far as Micah goes, or our diet and all of that. We just took some after pictures after about almost 2 weeks, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So anyways, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I will let you know what happens. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If this is on Facebook, go ahead and follow us. If you're seeing this on YouTube, then subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys later. All right. Good night.